What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency space. Because, gosh, there is no bigger opportunity in the next little while than crypto, and it's not even close. So, welcome along on the journey. Corey, take it away.
Absolutely. Corey Geary here, and I'm just truly blessed to know all you fine gentlemen and women and everyone else who's in cryptocurrency with us on this journey where we're using crypto as that wealth creation tool and using real estate as a wealth preservation tool. And man, we got some good stuff for you guys coming down the line with the real estate stuff. When the market's getting frothy, what are you going to do with that capital? Well, real estate could be a good option for you. But while we're heating up, we're trying to heat up, we're still got a long bull market ahead of us. We want to be knee deep in crypto, and we want to be builders on Pulse Chain, and the builders are building, and we've always been components of those guys out there, basically dragging Pulse Chain through the mud when we have the worst FUD as we could possibly imagine with the SEC. It was the builders who are the ones who drag us through that FUD. And one of the new protocols that we've heard a lot of buzz about, Dane, and we've even been blown up a couple times, our phones from other communities and on Twitter, is this new NFT protocol called Pulsewars. And I watched the video of it this morning. We might need to play that today too for our viewers over on their Twitter. There's an introductory video of Pulsewars, and it looks really cool, really innovative stuff. And the guy who is headstrong on this protocol, I don't know if he's the founder, he probably is going to be Alley Kane. And so we're going to welcome Alley Kane to the stage. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you joining us. Why don't you tell a little bit, everyone, about yourself, your story in crypto, maybe some losses, maybe some wins, why Pulse Chain, and then we'll dive deep on the actual protocol, Pulsewars.
Well, listen, thanks very much for having me on. Yes, I am the founder of Pulsewars, and I kind of created something that is unique to me, and I wanted to bring part of me into my project and share this with you. So I'm Alley Kane. I'm from Belfast in Ireland. I'm 45 years old. I've been running my own businesses for over 20 years.
Those are our favorite.
Yeah, with for a bit of success in business over the years. I only got into crypto in May 2021. I bought Hex at 18 cents, was one of the first buys that I ever did. I bought it all the way up to 40 cents. And you're talking about sharing some losses. I was one of the, well,
I was there with you.
That says it all. But look, I've been through a lot in crypto, in 2021, starting to learn DeFi, playing NFT games, doing deep diving. I'm a kind of obsessive person, and I moved away from one obsession, which was fitness. And whenever I started crypto, the obsession moved over into crypto. So probably like you guys, pretty much every spare moment of my life is spent learning, engaging, and just engaging with people and learning about crypto and buying, selling, everything. But yeah, I was lucky that after a couple of months of just getting into crypto, I seen Richard Hart on a BitBoy stream and loved him. Couldn't believe it that there was a billionaire on giving his views and his advice. And that's where I kind of get sucked into the whole Richard Hart, Pulse Chain, Hex ecosystem. I didn't make any money for call it 2 years, but I did build my Hex bags all the way down for those 2 years, But I've loved every minute of it. I've done everything. I've done pretty much everything you can in crypto. And yeah, it's all the losses, a few wins now. And I'm glad at the position that I'm in now. But the Hex and Pulse Chain ecosystem is what sung out to me and where I decided to place myself and place my energies.
Love that. Yeah, the bear market was painful. It was painful if you didn't know what you were doing, and we were there with you, so we understand.
I was lucky that whenever I first invested, I didn't go crazy. I thought, okay, I'll throw a couple of £1,000 at it and learn. And as prices got lower, my buys got bigger. So I brought the average price. My average buy price ended up pretty damn good in the end, but. Yeah, that was a long, drawn out process.
That's good. I feel for the people that put all their money in at the top, and then have done no DCA. And one of the guys in our group that I love what he's done. He put in 7 figures into Hex, pretty much at the top, and then left crypto alone because it was so painful. And we bumped into him at an event that we were speaking at, and he threw in another, what was it? It was he's done more than it, but he put 250K in at the bottom.
Okay.
In Pulse X Hex, right at the bottom.
Which bottom?
Yeah. And magically he's back to even or so today, which is really cool. He fixed his top, his million, and at the top, which is great. So lots of opportunities if you're willing to stay in and buy dip. So I like what you're saying. Yeah. So cool. Tell us a little bit about your background in relationship to the Pulsewars. I'm curious, are you a developer? Do you have a team of developers? How did this whole Pulsewars idea come to fruition?
It's very video game-ish, by the way.
Yeah, if we think like, so basically, I've loved being in the Hex and Pulse Chain community. And what happened after the launch of Pulse Chain, everything kind of didn't go the way we were all expecting. When Richard Hart disappeared, there was this debate and argument in the community. What do we do? The builders need to step up. We need to engage. We need to, it's up to the community to make the chain work. And I was very much of that belief that everybody who wanted to see the chain succeed had to step up and do something. I was always trying to add a little bit of value, even in the little communities that I was in. I was always trying to add value and bring something along to the little communities that I was in, even in the subsections of the Hex and Pulse Chain community. My old Instagram was called Alley Kane Pulse Chain, and I did like very little 1-minute videos of teaching the basics of crypto, and I was trying to get eyeballs on the Pulse Chain logo and stuff like that. And then if you flick back on further down through my Instagram, before that, I was running online fitness competitions. And that's kind of, so that the previous experience of that was called Bar Wars Ireland. So we used to have this annual league where people competed for prizes. And that's where the initial inspiration for Pulsewars came from. And so whenever all the shit was hitting the fan, it's sort of after 3 or 4 months after the Pulse Chain launch, I decided I'm going to start building something. I want to add to the community, and I want to build something that's true to, as I said before, true to me. I didn't want to just launch another coin. I wanted to build something fun, and the main focus was to try to bring the sub communities together. All the different clicks within the Hex and Pulse Chain ecosystem, they're all in my game. The NFT clicks, the coin clicks. We have ways in this game to bring them all together to play this game and do something fun and stop all the bloody fighting.
Hey, if you can stop the fighting, we're about that. That's great.
Well, probably won't stop it, but at least we have things that if there's P-Dye guys fighting with Tangang guys, they'll find some common ground in my game.
I mean, what are you talking about? The whole E-Hex debacle is what brought Bitcoin off its high just recently. I mean, that's how powerful our FUD is.
Oh man. Okay, cool. So what does your team for Pulsewars look like?
Okay, so I'm the developer and the creator, or not developer, I'm the creator, and I've got a team of I don't know if you've heard of them, Escape Web 3. Mike and Mark Barty, they're like a Web3 boutique. I employed those guys to look after all the development side and building all my different websites. And sort of they're helping me get in touch with the auditors, that sort of stuff. And really, that's it. It's just me. I got a few guys who I work with on a couple of other projects. And there's a little team of 8 of us that are doing a few other things as well. So those guys help me a lot in the sort of a lot of the day-to-day stuff. But yeah, my idea, Escape Web 3, they've got a team of about 4 developers working on my project alone. They have other guys, but there's about 4 developers working on my project. And that really makes up the whole team. Having been in business for many, many years, this has taken me back to what it was like starting a business. But this has been even more stressful and more difficult.
Yes. We built when we were doing real estate full time, I went and built just a small tool for our internal team where we would automate text message sending, and we printed money from that. But holy cow, the build and keep on even that being a very simple tool was way more work than I anticipated. And I imagine that the scale of what you're working with is probably 10 times harder than when I was building.
Yeah, one thing that we've done in the game, we'll get into it in more detail, but I've actually collaborated with 25 different NFT projects to bring them in, that they can bring their NFTs in and play my game. So I've had to deal with those. Along with just building my own stuff, I've had to chase these 25 creators. People in crypto don't respond to messages. It's crazy.
I know. We're one of them. Don't get us wrong. You have a couple creators here in the chats now. You got, Mr. Sloth is here. We got
his NFTs. He's one of the collaborators. His NFTs are in our game.
Mr. Red Squirrel. He says you're across the water, the Emerald Isle. So yeah, you got a couple of them in here.
Yep. So, okay, cool. So you've given us some teasers about this game that you're building. Let's get into it. Yeah, we want to hear about the game.
We should play the video. Do you have access to the video there, Allie? I watched the introduction video this morning on your Twitter, and it was a good teaser video. It got me hyped.
Which one was that? Was that the one that was like 2 minutes long, tells you all about it, or just like a quick
there was a bunch of music, and it showed the robots wanting to fight over the blockchain wars. It had like Vitalik sitting there. It had like a form of him. It was a really cool video, and I was like, "Oh man, it was very video game-ish." Like it got me hyped.
Yeah,
so,
let's do that.
I've got the short one here. I think this is the quick short one.
Let's try it. Yeah, I can put it up here.
Oh, me and you keep clicking on it. You go ahead, Corey.
You go ahead.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
That's just a quick one. There's a longer version of that goes into more detail. We have other 2 minute 30 explainer videos. If anybody flicks down through our Twitter feed, there's an absolute ton of content already created for this game. All the pictures in that little video there are all NFTs from within with all the art NFTs from within our game.
So yeah, just break it down. How does this game work? I was a big video game geek. Before I was kind of an entrepreneur, I used to play video games 4 or 5 hours a day. I used to love role-playing games. I love, that's why that trailer there kind of really it speaks to me, because I love deep storylines like this. And so break it all down. How does this game even work?
Okay, so a quick one, with just the robots and there's a theme for the game. One thing is, this game is not something that think of it more of something that's built for people that like crypto rather than people that like to play games. Okay.
What if we like both?
Perfect then, because you don't have to spend hours on end playing this game. It's very, very simple. The whole thing of the robots is, when you build something like this, you have to give it a theme. So the theme was that there's like an army of robots called the Pulsewars that are defending Pulse Chain and defending the future of our. Yeah, exactly. Defending the future of our ecosystem from attacking army of robots that have been sent by evil venture capitalists and founders of other chains. So that's like a little bit of an a little bit of story that create the whole sort of game thing. But look, here's what it is. Okay, it's an NFT battle game built on Pulse Chain. There will be 16,384 NFTs that start this game. They will all start with a fictional 10 grand crypto portfolio that the player manages. They all compete over 14 rounds in battle leagues. And every 20 days, the bottom half of the league gets eliminated. So we run for 280 days, 14 rounds, And at the end of that, the one person holding the winning NFT wins 3.5 billion pulse, which at today's market price is about five.
Right.
Well, it's about 380 grand or something at
Ah.
today's price.
That could be a grip. And
How do I enter? I want in.
I wanna play.
How do I get in this?
Yeah, so it's I'll tell you, I love it. I know it's my project, but this is totally unique. You know, there's many aspects to this. That's a simple overview. You know, what the whole thing between making this thing run for 280 days, that's to let that prize pool build up. You know that 3.5 billion pulse prize.
That could be a lot.
It could be at a 10x, you're talking $5 million. At a 20x, you're talking $10 million. Yeah, exactly. And this was designed to add something to the community. You know, that everybody that's playing it can watch this thing grow, this game grow and get more exposure. You know what? If you make it, if you have an NFT that gets towards the end, what is the value of an NFT that has the potential to win $5 million? What does somebody sell that for? You know, there's a whole load of game theory going on with it as we run through. So that's the general gist of the game. You know, within it, there are 7 different classes of NFTs, and they all get, so that you imagine when you buy one, you'll get a crypto portfolio of 4 pulse chain coins, and those 4, you spread your $10,000, your fake $10,000 across those 4 coins, and each round you can only make 1 trade to try and keep yourself in the top half of the table. So that's how simple it can be.
So I just got to buy the NFTs to get entered into this, and then I manage a fake portfolio, and I need to win the wars over the 280 days, and I will get real 3.5 billion pulse.
Yep. So also,
and that's one trade every 20 days. Is that right?
Yes. Now I say 20 days to keep it easier. In the white paper, there's a schedule. The first round is 30 days, and each round gets slightly shorter as there's less competitors. As there's less competitors in each round, the rounds get shorter. So the final will be on St. Patrick's Day next year, and there'll only be 2 people in the final on that day. And that day, somebody will win 3.5 billion pulse. Second place prize is 2 billion, and if you're if you're third or fourth, you still get 600 million pulse each.
I would still take it.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice. That's good prizes for everybody.
We have 14 rounds. If your NFT makes it through the first 5 and into round 6, you're into the prize pools. Okay.
So can I ask, where are you going to get the liquidity for this pulse? Is it from the raise of the NFTs? Is that where the liquidity is coming from?
I've fronted all the money for the development and all the marketing and all the design and all the artists. I've fronted that for now. But yes, all these prize pools come from the sales of NFTs.
And if you don't mint out, or if you don't anticipate, if it doesn't end up being as big as you anticipate, what would be the solution then to get that liquidity?
2 things could happen. The prize pools could get smaller. Listen, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that this is a success, and I think what we've built is good enough. When good enough to sell out. Okay, the prize pools could get smaller if we don't sell out the NFTs, but if they don't all sell out, there's a few little tweaks we can do with the rounds that can leave the unminted ones still mintable. And if we start the game and there's still some left that can mint, if we run through a few rounds, the NFTs that are unminted end up being worth more money, if that makes sense, because they're closer to the prizes. So then if they get minted at a later time, then we still end up making enough money to create the prize pools. So it should, no matter what happens, there's enough little things here that within the game to try and to sell them out, but also there's that little backup plan that the NFTs that are unminted do end up worth more money, as they would get closer to the prize pools anyway, or if somebody gets knocked out in the first round, they might want to mint another one to get themselves back in the game.
Right. Right. You have that backup.
Or theoretically, if you minted out, then the only way to get back in the game would be to buy some ones that they're willing to offer on third-party marketplace in order to get back in the game.
Secondary market sales was another thing. So what we tried to do with the game is make it simple so that everybody can just mint one and come back every couple of weeks and check it and make a trade. We didn't want the game to be taken over by the guys that will sit and play it 24/7 or sit there 12 hours a day making trades. It's a game for everybody. It's nice and simple. And what that does is that it drives value into the NFTs rather than driving the value into the man sitting playing with the NFT. So it encourages secondary market sales. And we have a little thing built into the game where all these creators of NFTs that collaborate, they earn a little bit of royalty. They've a lot of Pulse Chain creators have created awesome NFTs.
Yes.
And we give royalties to those guys for coming along. They created awesome NFTs, and a lot of them don't get that well paid. And this is my way to try and say to those guys, thank you for doing what you've done. Thank you for joining our game. Here's our little kickback. And then they'll get it. They'll earn a little bit of money from the secondary sales of these NFTs as well.
That's cool. I love that. That's
I'm
cool.
participating. I mean,
let me back up a little bit. So theoretically, right, this isn't something to mint a bunch of NFTs and just sit on them and not make a trade, because theoretically you'd be left in the bottom of half if the NFTs did nothing, and you'd get booted out essentially. Correct? Is that a fair thing to say?
So if you dig deep into it and you look at it, the 7 different types all play a little bit differently, okay? But technically you can buy one and do nothing. So if you get a Pulsewars NFT and you have there'll be a week before the game starts, and that's the time before the game starts. That's the time that you have to come along and spread your 10 grand over your 4 coins. If you don't do it in that time frame, the algorithms of the game will do it for you automatically. Okay, so we can't have NFTs getting left behind. So the algorithm.
Will all of those NFTs with the algorithm have the same portfolio then, theoretically, the same trades?
Even if they get, so you imagine there's a lot of variations, and we have 30 coins in the game, all from Pulse Chain.
Okay.
We have 30. So there's the guys that get Pulse Chain coins, and there'll be guys that get non-Pulse Chain coins. So there's about 60 coins altogether. If you randomize 60 coins, you get enough variation that it's very unlikely that 2 people will get the same. People will get the same 4, but if you then randomize the 10 grand going across 4 coins, there's no chance that any 2 can get it. It's almost like a seed, like 24-word seed phrases kind of thing. There's that many variables that nobody will end up with the same amount of dollar value invested across the exact same 4 coins. So if you don't make any trades in the round, if the value of your NFT is good enough and you're in the top half of the table, you go through to the next round. You don't need to do anything at all.
Okay, cool. So the premise is you're trying to pick of the allotted coins. You're taking your 10 grand, you're putting it across 4 coins, and you're trying to at the end of that first period, if your portfolio has gone up more than half of the other people, then you continue on. Is that right?
Yep. And if you don't,
and then you can reset for the next round to put in.
So there's no reset. All the values stay the same. You just continue on, and that means that.
So your 4 coins you pick from the jump are the 4 you're going to ride the whole game. Is that right?
No. If you make a trade, you have to trade the total value of one of your coins for another coin that's in our game. Coin that's in the game. So if you have, say you have PP, for example. And it's not performing well, you can switch that all out for some P-Dye instead when you go it, and you can make your trade at any stage during the round.
How fun. That's cool. I like it. Yeah, D-Nice says you didn't have me until 3.5 billion pulse, LOL, but that sounds awesome.
So the first, if you make it to round 6, you're in the prize pool. So if you get to round 6, you win like 1.5 million pulse back. The cost of $1 million to mint. And
there's 12 rounds. Is that right? How many rounds are there again?
14.
How fun. This will be cool. Okay.
This game
so you can trade as much as you want between the tokens, but you're going to have your money spread across 4 at all times.
Yeah. Now there's a couple of NFTs in there where you will only get 1 coin.
Oh, okay. Based upon the NFT, you get more coins or less.
There's 7 different types of NFT, and Some of
Walk
them.
us through the NFT types. Maybe that's the next thing to talk about. You don't have like a graphic you could show by chance that would show the different NFTs?
Yeah. 2 seconds here. Present.
Yeah, take your time. That'd be cool. Yeah. So Bad Sports says, can we choose to make additional trades? So yeah, it sounds like you answered that, where we can go in and out of the coins that are available in the game with your fake 10 grand and go and trade however you see fit, right?
So there's if there's 10,000 Pulsewars NFTs within the 10,000 of my collection, so there's 16,384 NFTs start the game. 10,000 are the Pulsewars collection, and 6,385 are entrants that will come from other NFT collections on Pulse Chain. Okay, so within the Pulsewars collection, this is the website. Sorry, so yeah, the website's nice and basic. Just a quick overview of the game, a little bit about the gameplay. Mint, select your portfolio, and battle. That's on the website there. If anybody wants to watch the longer sort of video that we showed already, that's a slightly longer version of it. So these are the classes. There's Pulsicans, which is the robot army defending Pulse Chain. These guys get 4 Pulse Chain coins. Okay. So we'll have, well, again, when we pick the coins, they have to have high liquidity, and I've tried to I've tried to make sure that within the game we have all the subsections of the community, included. So there's like the Foxes in there, 9 Inches in there, P-Die is in there, Tangang is in there. We have the spread of the whole ecosystem, but we try as well not to end up with too many coins from one subset of the community as well. So the Pulsicans get 4 Pulse Chain coins. The Frenemies and VCs, these are the evil guys that attack Pulse Chain. They get 4 coins from Ethereum. So Bitcoin, Doge, or Ethereum, Doge, SHIB, Solana, all the other coins that aren't within the Pulse Chain ecosystem.
Okay.
The founders are the strongest in the game. There's only 200 of them in the game, and they can play with all the coins in the game, and they can access all the other there's a few other little functions in the game. And the founders, if you're lucky to mint the founder, you get a lot more power within the game to proceed. These natives you get 1 Pulse Chain coin. There's only 1,000 of those. The maxis, they get 1 coin from Ethereum, and then there's only 1,000 of those guys. And then there's 1,200 power items, which are just total random phrases and items from the Hex and Pulse Chain community, little references to what we've all been through over the last 3 years. So like you got the G-Wagon, there's the Hex Diamond, there's Gary Gensler, the Seaman Demon, he's in there. Look, there's 100 different ones of these, and they're totally random. We've got Richard Hart quotes, stick them furries in your mouth. I'm in a castle, you're in a Volvo, all that sort of stuff.
This is great.
Yeah.
So fun.
Look, then, so there's 6 different types of Pulsewars NFTs. When you mint, it'll be random what you get. Those other sort of ones at the bottom, the natives, the maxis, there's a lot less of those than there is of the other ones. This is where this next little section here is where we've been totally different and innovated a little bit. I believe that Pulsewars is the first game of its kind that brings together multiple NFT collections and communities that can play one game together. So at the minute we have 25 collaborating NFT collections that can come along and play the game, and they get 4 Pulse Chain coins as well. But they get a little bonus, is that they get to pick the 4 coins that they get in their portfolio. So all the Pulse Chain coins kind of get their 4 coins given, or get their coins given to them from the algorithm, and then they choose where they put their $10,000. But the citizens, if you bring an NFT from another collection, you get the little benefit of being able to pick the coins that you get in your portfolio as well. So they get that little extra boost because they don't get one of our NFTs, and they don't get the chance to mint a founder.
So hold on, let me recap. So for the citizens, are you saying the citizens are not necessarily standalone though. You still need to mint an NFT for your game to be able to play. It just gives a little boost to be able to pick the
Yes.
coins that you
So,
want to.
say do you own any NFTs there at the minute? Do you?
Yeah, let's go with Sloths. We got some of
Okay, so
Sloths
if you
NFTs.
own a sloth, basically you can come along. When you come to our mint site, I'll be able to share the mint site with you guys or publicly at the end of the week. When
Cool.
you go to our mint site, you have two choices. That's going to fry people's head flicking there. it's frying my head flicking. You have two choices. You can mint the Pulsewars NFT or you can join with a citizen. So you come along, you'll have a drop down. If you want to join your sloth, there'll be a drop down window and you can click sloth and enter the token ID. If you're, so say you have sloth number 1, 2, 3, 4, you click sloth, you click number 1, 2, 3, 4, and we create a new citizen NFT. So that'll be maybe citizen number 5. And what happens is that creates a new entry for the game, and you'll get a new NFT. But the sloth, the sloth and the token ID is linked to the game entry. So whenever you go to the game site, it'll show you the image of your original sloth that you used to enter the game.
Very cool. Okay, so you can play the game without necessarily needing to mint new NFTs if you don't want to.
Yep.
And that's how you bring everybody together. Okay, cool. I like it.
Yeah. So again, we've got 25 collections that are all that, and that's been a lot of work for me trying to pull all these guys together.
I'm sure a lot.
And it's great. Like I played a lot of wasted a lot of time playing NFT games. Where you've got to come back day after day, clicking. And this game is just nice and simple and fun. And like I say, bringing all these different NFT collections, and a lot of people love the NFTs that they have. Some have utility, some don't. At least if you have an NFT now, there's a little bit of extra added utility for a lot of the stuff that's just sitting there on Pulse Chain doing nothing.
Agreed. Yeah, I like it. In fact, in your Q&A here, one of the questions, that I've been thinking, what happens if you get a bunch of NFTs? I imagine there's a scenario where your NFTs could end up battling. In fact, you could hedge where if you were a decent trader, maybe you take the top 10 spots and you get all the pults because you bought enough NFTs and traded them correctly. I know the odds of that aren't high, but theoretically, could something like that be pulled off?
I mean, if somebody was that smart and somebody was that good, yes, they could continually acquire ones that look really strong on the secondary market,
Cool. Could your NFTs, and if you had 2 of them, for instance, could they end up battling one another? I imagine they could, right?
It's a league, so if your NFTs all stay in the top half, then you're fine. All your NFTs go through the next round, so you don't.
That would only matter in like the very late rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So, there's just a little meet the team. We're all fully doxed. That's all our Twitter links. You can go and check us all out. I'll be publishing all the audit links on the website as well. So, we're here to keep everything nice and open and transparent. The link on the website brings you through to the white paper. The white paper goes through all the details. Okay, all the links are there. We have some lovely infographics that show the game flow and the gameplay. Make it very easy to understand. This little infographic actually compiles the whole white paper into one page. This one here.
Cool.
And then if you want to dig deeper, you can go in. The white paper just explains all the details, every little fine detail of minting, gameplay, and all that stuff.
Fun. And would there be visuals of like when the battles are taking place?
Okay, so when you think about, when you go to the website, it's more like a league that you'll see. The interface that you say you have 3 or 4 NFTs, you'll be able to go and click on your profile. It'll show all your NFTs. It'll show the coins you have in your NFT. It'll show your positions in the league, whether you're going through to the next round or whether you're not. It'll show you if you have any trades left that round. And then, that's pretty much that's the basic. That's mostly what the website will show. And then,
is there a cap on how many trades a person has in each?
You only have 1 per round. But if you get a founder, if you mint a founder is the only one that can make, they can make 4 trades per round, but they're the only
in
ones that,
addition to picking your 4 initial tokens.
yeah. So the founders are
Okay, so you're
they're
picking your
really
4
strong.
initially. You have one option to trade one of those for something else during that period, unless you're a founder, and then you have 4.
Yeah. So
Okay,
if you
cool.
there's an idea of the game schedule. So round 1 lasts 30 days, round 2. The first 5 rounds last 30 days each. And then it starts to ramp down after that. It gets tighter and tighter and tighter as we go. So that green from round 6 is the payout rounds. And then if we look at the prize pools, you'll see there the prize pool. So if you get into the top 500, 1.3 million pulse back. And that kind of, each round you go further through, it kind of doubles and then starts to treble towards the end. So the prizes really ramp up.
And is that all automated, or how are the prizes paid out?
Yeah, so technically you claim your prize once you get eliminated. Okay.
Okay.
So if you imagine if you've made it to round 6 and you're guaranteed 1.3 million pulse back, it's only when you get eliminated from round 6 that you'll claim that. But yes, that's all automated. That'll all be there on the site. And just whenever it'll show you if you're once you get down the lower rounds, our game site will show you how much you've currently won, and then if it's claimable or not. And once you get eliminated, that's when you can claim your prize funds.
Okay, cool. And back to Corey's question, is the dashboard going to be automated where, say, through a 20-day round, you're seeing at any given time where you stand in the league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll all be live
That'll be
data.
really fun. Okay. And also, is there what was I going to ask? Oh, it'll come back to me if it's important. Go ahead.
Okay, look, I want to as well. So we've got all this way to bring in lots of different sub communities of NFTs together. But what happens when your NFT gets eliminated? So there's 8,000 are going to go out in the first round. We have what we call the Pulsewars community games, and within the community games, there's going to be 50 million pulse up for grabs every week for NFT holders. So if you hold an NFT, you can play these community games for free, and there'll be 50 million pulse, as I say, up for grabs every week. And we will change this a couple of times as we go through. The prize pools, well, if we sell them all out, this 50 million is guaranteed for at least 45 weeks of gameplay. So whenever we launch, here's a timeline. Mint on the 30th of March. These community games will go live 3 weeks later, 3 weeks after the mint. And then the main game will kick off on the 10th of June. The 10th of June, 280 days, brings us to what we hope will be the top of the bull run or close to it. And it'll be St. Patrick's Day 2025. So that's the timelines of the games. But these Pulsewars community games kind of fill in. So when you get eliminated, you can play this every week. The first community mini game we have will be we've created what's like a mini game of the actual Pulsewars. So if you hold an NFT, you can come along to the game site and you can claim a fake 1,000 die. And for 7 days, you can trade the Pulse die chart, but you can only make 3 trades per day. And you'll have a leaderboard every single week, and you'll be placed in that in the league, in the leaderboard, and you'll just your position will just go fluctuate with whatever your little fake 1,000 die portfolio has done. So there'll be payouts for the guys who come in the top 10 each week. So 6 million for the first place, 3.5 million for second place, 2 million for third place, and four places 4 to 10 will get 500,000 pulse each. Now, where does the other 35 million pulse go? I love this bit. I love it. Okay, so we have what we call community badges. If you hold an NFT, you can claim a Pulsewars community badge. Now, there's 20 team badges. You can only claim one for your NFT. And once you claim it, that's it. So you kind of pledge affinity to your team. So what teams do we have? We have the Tang Gang, Glory by Memes. I believe in aliens. That's the Pulse Grays currency guys. We've got Degenerate Black Sheep. We have 9 Inches of Pleasure. We have Nope, You Don't Have My Permission. We have Jake Sharp is in my DMs. We have the Xenians. We are vampire attacked. Friendships confirmed for Sommy's crew. Boob bearing Aussies for KDP fans. So we have 20 community teams, okay? And if you imagine, we have this mini game every week, and whoever wins the first place in the mini game, if they hold, say, the "we don't give two fucks" badge, everybody else who holds a "we don't give two fucks" badge can come and claim an equal share of the 35 million pulse that person wins for their community.
Oh, that's cool. You can come in and participate.
Yeah.
Very cool. This is
So we've kind of
fun. I
got,
love all you've thought through this yeah, very thoroughly. This is fun.
yeah,
Dane,
there's a lot. So
me and
we've
you
got,
we should sponsor like Sprack Burger, like to go do this. we pay for the NFTs. He does all the trading, and then we can split the profits. Like
Well, there's not
Sprack,
much
or
trading
like
unless you're a founder. You only have one additional trade you can make during the right. Taking we are me and Corey will glad to sponsor you if you are a decent trader. Feel free to DM us. We'll back we'll be the money.
This is one of my this is one of my favorite parts of the whole thing, is just the community games, you know. Everybody's all out there fighting against each other, and we're just trying to see, you know, we can all come together and have a little bit of fun. And hopefully this game does a little bit of that. You know, we can have people coming along and claiming their badges and a little bit of inter-community fun every single week, you know. And we've got most of the subsections are kind of covered there, you know, Captain Syndicate, Crypto and Coffee. Yeah, Maddie's going all in again. So we kind of, you know, tried to cover everybody, you know.
This is fun. I love this. Very cool. Okay, so if somebody wants to come and participate, do you have a cost or what the NFTs will cost to mint?
Yeah, 2 seconds here.
That was my next
So
question.
Minting. There's kind of lists of the coins. Just on the NFT, when you go into minting, these 2 sections here, the minting and gameplay, give you all the details of how many of each NFT there is and how they play the game, what they get and how they play. So the Pulsewars and Citizens, the first 6,384 will be 1 million pulse each. Then the second 10,000 will be 1.25 million pulse each. And this little table gives a breakdown of how many of each will basically be available at each price.
Very cool.
So I'm kind of
It's
glad.
kind of luck of the draw, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. You're just
one thing that people should not sleep on is the added bonus that the citizens get. So if you have a sloth NFT, you enter that and pay your million pulse. You that ability to choose your 4 coins at the start is huge.
Okay. And in fact, if you wanted to, do you need to have one NFT? Can you have a bunch of, if you want to mint a bunch of them and have them, can you have a bunch per wallet and manage them all in one wallet, or would it be one NFT per wallet?
No, you can have as many as you want. And another thing, another thing that we in making sure that we were able to sell 6,384 from other collections, if you hold one sloth, you can enter that in you know, you can enter that one sloth in 10 times. You can create 10 citizen NFTs from that one sloth. So if you just have the one sloth and you want to use it to mint 10 times, you can.
And is 10 kind of where that caps out?
No, there is no cap at all. There's no cap on how
cool.
many you can mint. There's no cap on how many you can have in one wallet. The game site will, if you were to mint 100, it'll still show you your 100 NFTs on the game site. That's a lot. You know, you'd be frying your own head trying to do that.
Right. There's plenty of people who love to fry their own heads though in this community. Wouldn't put it past anybody.
Yeah, that's very true.
This is great. Okay. So we need to come here in order to play. You need to have your third-party NFTs in your wallet. And then you need to come here and mint your if you want additional NFTs, you need to come here and mint on, when does that happen? March 30th?
So Saturday week, the 30th of March, Saturday week. Yeah. And then
It's Pulsewars.io.
I'm very active in the Telegram, and will be. You know, a lot of the action will happen in the Telegram. People coming in will come in there to ask questions, to learn. As the weekly games are going on, I'll be probably, you know, Randy Hilarski mentioned that he'll probably, you know, do a wee bit of a coverage of it as well. You know, the thing is, anybody that gets involved will probably enjoy chatting about this thing on a regular basis. I can see where we'll be on streams quite a lot. Like even RG3. I've chatted to RG3 as well, and he was like, you know, we could probably actually have you on, you know, at regular intervals, just to keep everybody updated as to how the progress is going. Randy Hilarski was talking about possibly doing a stream a week if it was all going well. So it's, you know, there'll be a lot. We do plan to be a big part of the community with this game. I'll be out in streams. We'll be in the Telegram chatting to people and just trying to have a lot of fun and crack, especially when we get to the big prize rounds. It's going to be some real excitement towards the end of this game.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. I just put it on my calendar, so we'll come and participate with you. Yeah, this is good.
Great.
I'm looking
So,
through the comments and questions. If you guys have questions, we've got a hard stop in 8 minutes. I think we've pretty well hit the questions, so feel free to post them and we'll get them answered live.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for having you on once in a while, giving coverage on this, because if it's really popping and it's just getting a lot of talk, which I see why it would. People are competitive. This is like sports or video games. It's going to be a lot of fun with everyone competing against each other. This is
built. I don't know if you guys have it in the States. I'm sure you do. It's like Fantasy League. We've built our own Fantasy
That's what
League.
I was saying. It feels
With
like fantasy
with our favorite Pulse Chain coins, our favorite Pulse Chain communities, you know, and you know, if Pulse Chain pumps, this thing's going to pump with it.
Right.
It's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Are there other tokens that are still being considered for the token selection on Pulse Chain? If builders are building stuff now and they want to have it included here, is there still a window to be included?
Yeah, there is. Realistic. So the game's going to launch on the 10th of June, and we will be able to change the coins, or not change. We'll be able to add more coins into the game. And the reason we want that is there could be things that come out in, say, 6 months' time that everybody wants in the game, you know, and we don't want to be stuck holding. Like, say you create a game with 30 coins, and you know, I originally had Beat in the list, and they rugged, you know. So imagine you end up with a list that, you know, and 10 of them rug, and it just whittles down. So we can add more coins in as we go through.
Is there some basic parameters for coins to be added?
They need to have decent size liquidity so that the game can't be manipulated. We have a few other things in mind to stop manipulation, but that's the one thing, you know, we need to be including things that have at least
what's the minimum liquidity?
Minimum, you get away with about 750K, but hopefully by the time the game's launching, you'd want everything to have over $1 million in the liquidity pool. And you know, if we make up the first maybe 20 coins, you know, they'll have maybe multi-million-dollar liquidity pool. So that's a very important consideration for the game.
Okay, cool, very cool.
I know we're getting tight for time. First, I just want to thank you guys for having me on. It's been very, very difficult work being not a public face within the community. It's been a lot of effort to build enough trust with people for them to bring me on their shows. I've had to work hard to do everything I can with audits, with creating things that are sound, you know, based on good principles. And it's taken a lot of effort to get people to listen to me. So thanks very much for I really appreciate you having me on to be able to get what I've built out to the wider community, you know.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. It's fun to see. It's fun to see people building stuff, especially things like this. This is a lot of fun. I don't feel like there's been a lot of really fun things brought to the community as of yet, where I love the gamification of this. Even if you lost, like, you know, I wouldn't feel super hurt about it, because you're here to come and enjoy your time in crypto. And so many people, price charts aren't up. then they're not enjoying their time. They're not happy. So I think this is a cool spin.
Yeah, that's it. It's nice, simple, fun, and I'll be keeping the positive vibes going. Even if people coming in complaining about their NFT getting eliminated, I'll be there to have a little shoulder to cry on. Relax, you only lost $1 million. you could have bought Launchpad or whatever it was called.
I like it. Right. This is a great comment. Golf meets tournament poker meets crypto. This could be fun. Fun only.
Yes.
Love that.
Agreed.
Friendly competition versus infighting sounds refreshing. Agreed.
Oh yeah, look, t.me/join Pulsewars. Pulse is the Telegram. Pulsewars.io is the website. If you go to Twitter, it's at Pulsewars on Twitter, and all the links are in the bio. Any questions at all, come into the Telegram. We're there. You know, there's a couple of us in there all day. There's a couple of Americans in that they're helping me out. They're in there, so we've got it kind of covered 24/7.
Okay. And this is probably a dumb question, but I assume I know the answer. I mean, so in the event that one of the segments, let's say there's a 20-week segment of trading and the market's just, the market's getting destroyed as a whole, it would be the top 50 would be the ones losing the least if it was a red period to be able to stay in the game, right? To continue the next period.
Sorry, ask that again. I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay. So let's say a 20-day period, right? There's a big washout during that period in Pulse Chain, and pretty well everything's gone down in value. So it's going down in value during that trading period. So you would just need to be in the top 50% that lost the least with your fake 10,000, correct?
Yeah. It's just so your portfolio will just fluctuate with the exact prices of the coins within your portfolio. So yeah, it'll just follow the market, and you just hope if it's dumping, hope your coins dump less than all the others.
Dump the least.
You hold on for dear life. Don't stop it.
Stop. Yeah, D Nice says he'll go all gophers. I like it. That's cool. Well, this has been fun. I don't think there's any more questions that I have, Corey. We got to jump off here soon. Anything you wanted to address, Corey?
Nah, not at all. I got to hop off too. Just say, everyone watching on Twitter, I see 157 of you on mine. Come over and like and subscribe on our show. You'll have a way better experience than watching it on Twitter, and you'll know when we're streaming because we don't always announce it on Twitter anyway. So come on over, and we're going to be bringing more content like this with you in the future. This was a very refreshing show, being that, this is something actually fun and we can get in there and play, and they will have a little bit of strategy to it. I can't wait to play myself. I'm definitely going to be getting involved. I just joined the Telegram, and so this is going to be a great time. Yeah.
Super.
So we appreciate you.
You're very welcome to the Telegram.
Yeah, and we love the builders, man. So we appreciate everything you're doing. Keep it up, and this is going to bring a lot of buzz to our ecosystem. And might calm down the infighting. We'll see. Just
I can only try.
Right. Yeah. So
cool, guys. Well, appreciate you. Thanks again, Alley Kane. I put the website in the chat, so if you guys want to go check out the website, it's there. You can go come and check out the Telegram, and Alley is very active. He's reached out to us, so feel free to reach out to him if you have more questions, and come and join us. Corey and I will both be playing. It'll be fun.
Yep.
All right. Thanks very much, guys. Brilliant.
Appreciate it.
See ya.
See ya.